Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is urgent. Millions of Social Security recipients are getting payments arriving in just hours. And if you're not prepared, you could miss critical information about when your money hits your account. December 24th and December 31st are both payment dates this week. Plus, there's a 2.8% increase starting January 1st that could change your monthly amount. And we need to talk about a proposed $200 monthly boost that's making headlines. If you receive SSI, SSDI, retirement benefits, survivor benefits, or spousal benefits, this video has information you absolutely need to know right now. I'm breaking down everything happening this week and into 2026 in plain English. No confusing jargon, no government double talk, just straight answers. Real quick before we jump in, it takes just 2 seconds to hit that like button on this video. It helps me reach more people who need this information. Now let's get into what's happening with your money. All right, let's start with who's getting paid this week. According to the Social Security Administration's payment calendar, if you were born between the 21st and 31st of any given month, you're scheduled to receive your monthly Social Security benefits on Wednesday, December 24th. That's Christmas Eve. This is the third and final wave of Social Security payments for December. So, if you're waiting on that payment, mark your calendar for tomorrow. This will be your last regular payment. But here's where it gets interesting, and this is important for SSI recipients specifically. If you receive SSI supplemental security income, you're actually getting 2 payments this month. You already received your first payment on December 1st. Now you're getting a second payment on December 31st. Why? Because January 1st, 2026, falls on a Wednesday, which is New Year's Day, a federal holiday. The Social Security Administration doesn't process payments on holidays. So they move it to the last business day before the holiday. That means your January SSI payment is coming early on December 31st. And here's the good news. This December 31st payment will include the new 2.8% cost of living adjustment increase. So you'll actually see that COLA boost a day early. Let's talk about this 2.8% COLA increase that takes effect in January 2026. According to the Social Security Administration, payments will rise by about $56 per month on average when the COLA takes effect. Now, I want to be real with you for a second. A lot of analysts and experts are saying this 2.8% increase isn't enough. They're arguing it should be somewhere between 8% and 12%. And honestly, when you look at what things actually cost, your rent, your groceries, your prescriptions, your utilities, it's hard to disagree. Here's why. The increase is only 2.8%. The current metric used to calculate COLA is called CPIW, which stands for Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. The problem? This metric is outdated and vague. It doesn't accurately reflect what seniors actually spend their money on. A number of lawmakers are pushing to change from CPIW to CPIE, the Consumer Price Index for the elderly. CPIE would analyze how much seniors actually spend on rent, mortgages, groceries, prescriptions, and utilities. Then it would determine the COLA based on that real spending. According to analysts and experts, if we switch to CPIE, the increase could be somewhere between $300 and $500 per year instead of what we're getting now. That's a huge difference when you're living on a fixed income. If you support changing the COLA metric from CPIW to CPIE, write in the comments section, I support CPIE. Because remember, if we don't speak up, nothing will change. Your voice matters. Now let's talk about this proposed legislation that could mean an extra $200 per month starting January 1st, 2026, just a week from today. If this bill passes, that's $200 over 6 months. This Social Security bill is being pushed by Democratic leaders, including Elizabeth Warren, Chuck Schumer, and Ron Wyden. The bill proposes a fixed $200 monthly increase for the next 6 months to help seniors and people with disabilities deal with what they're calling an affordability crisis. But here's the reality check. These are Democratic leaders, and we currently have a Republican administration. So will this bill actually pass? Most analysts and experts are saying it's highly unlikely that this bill will get congressional approval. The current administration has called the affordability crisis a Democratic hoax. So the chances of this passing are slim. And honestly, even if it did pass, I'd argue that $200 for just 6 months isn't enough. It should be permanent, not temporary. If you remember, Bernie Sanders had a similar bill called the Social Security Expansion Act. In that bill, the $200 monthly increase was actually permanent, not just for 6 months, and it included changing from CPIW to CPIE. That would have been a real long-term solution, but like this current proposal, it's facing an uphill battle in Congress. Still, I think it's important to know these proposals exist and to make your voice heard if you support them. Now, there is one piece of legislation that did pass recently. President Trump's one big, beautiful bill, and I'm going to tell you what's actually in it that affects Social Security recipients. According to President Trump's recent address to the nation, this bill includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for seniors. He specifically said, no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Here's what this actually means. Under this bill, around 80% of seniors who receive Social Security will not pay taxes on their benefits. However, 20% will still pay taxes on their benefits because of their income threshold. So if you have other income sources that put you above a certain level, you'll still owe taxes on a portion of your Social Security. But for the majority of recipients, especially those living solely on Social Security, this is good news. You won't see taxes taken out of your benefits. Let me speak directly to specific groups for a moment because I want to make sure everyone understands how this affects them. To the moms out there, if you're receiving benefits for yourself or for a disabled child, both the December 24th payment and the December 31st payment apply to you depending on your benefit type. The COLA increase means a little more help with all those therapy appointments, medical supplies, and daily needs. To our veterans, whether you're receiving Social Security, SSDI, or VA benefits, you're included in these payment schedules. The no tax provision applies to your Social Security benefits, which means more money staying in your pocket. To everyone living with disabilities, if you're on SSDI or SSI, you're getting that payment this week or on the 31st, and you're seeing that 2.8% increase in January. I know it's not as much as it should be, but every dollar counts when you're managing medical expenses and daily challenges. To those who worked their whole lives and are now retired, your December 24th payment is coming if you were born in the last third of the A month. And that COLA increase in January is your cost of living adjustment based on the years you paid into the system. I have been getting tons of comments asking about the proposed $2,000 stimulus check specifically for seniors and disability benefit recipients. So, let me give you what we know. According to the details that have been shared, anyone who makes $100,000 or less would be eligible for this $2,000 check if President Trump approves it. Now, here's the important part. If you receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA benefits, survivor benefits, or spousal benefits, you're on a fixed income. Your benefits are always under $100,000 per year. So, yes, you would be eligible for this $2,000 check if it gets approved. We're still unsure about the actual timeline. Scott Bessent, Trump's Treasury Secretary nominee, recently said these checks could go to Americans in the first 3 months of 2026, possibly right after New Year, around Valentine's Day, or during March. But I want to be clear, this is still a proposal. Nothing is confirmed yet. Don't budget for money that hasn't been approved or sent out yet. If you support these $2,000 checks, write in the comment section, I support $2,000 checks. Your engagement helps show there's real support for this kind of relief. So here's what you need to do right now to make sure you're ready for these payments. First, check your direct deposit information. Make sure the Social Security Administration has your current bank account details. If you've changed banks or closed an account, update that immediately. You can do this through your My Social Security account online or by calling. Second, if you're still receiving paper checks, make sure your mailing address is up to date. Mail delays can happen during the holidays, so if you can switch to direct deposit, I highly recommend it. Third, mark these dates on your calendar. December 24th if you were born between the 21st, 31st and receive regular Social Security. December 31st if you receive SSI. This is your January payment coming early with the COLA increase. Fourth, plan your budget carefully. If you getting that December 31st payment early, don't let it throw off your January planning. That money needs to last you through January. So set aside what you need for rent, utilities, food, and medications first. Here's something I need you to understand. These benefits exist because you've either paid into the system through years of work or because our society recognizes that everyone deserves basic support and dignity. There is zero shame in receiving these benefits. I know the holidays can be tough when money is tight. You're trying to figure out how to keep the lights on, put food on the table, maybe get a small gift for your grandkids. The stress is real, but you're not alone in this. The 2.8%, 8% COLA increase isn't enough. We both know that the proposed $200 monthly increase probably won't pass. The $2,000 stimulus checks are still just a proposal. But what is certain is that your regular payment is coming. You're getting that early January payment on December 31st with the COLA boost. And for 80% of you, no more taxes on your Social Security. Focus on what's real. Plan around what's confirmed and hope for what's proposed. That's the best we can do. If this video helped you understand what's happening with your benefits, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I make videos like this because I believe everyone deserves clear, honest information about the money they depend on. No clickbait, no false promises, just real talk. Share this video with someone who needs to see it. Your neighbor who's always asking questions, your friend from church, your family member who receives benefits. Help me get this information to people who need it. If you support changing the COLA metric to CPIE, write "I support CPIE" in the comments. If you support the $2,000 stimulus checks, write "I support $2,000 checks." Your voice matters, and engagement shows lawmakers that real people care about these issues. I'll drop links in the description to Social Security's website, my other videos on benefit programs, and resources for food assistance and utility help. Check those out. Please remember that any proposed increases or stimulus payments mentioned are not guaranteed and have not been officially approved. Remember, your December 24th or December 31st payment is coming. The 2.8% COLA increase starts in January. And even though it's not as much as we need, it's something. We keep pushing for better. We keep speaking up, and we keep taking care of each other. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice